overflowing landfills, incinerators running at capacity, residential waste, commercial and industrial waste. As the planet faces major environmental challenges, Veolia Group, a world leader in environmental solutions, is breaking new ground in the recycling field by recovering and giving new life to construction and demolition materials. In Quebec City, Canada, and the surrounding area, approximately 50% of recyclable material from construction and demolition sites is made up of wood and its derivatives. In light of these findings, Veolia Environmental Services teamed up with Industrie Machinex to design and put in place a custom-tailored process to recycle wood and other materials. Opened in June 2007, the Veolia Environmental Services plant recovers and recycles up to 85% of all construction and demolition material received. It processes close to 100,000 tons of material per year. This highly automated plant includes a number of extraction machines that efficiently separate the various materials along the sorting lines. The materials that are recovered and processed are then sold on to be transformed into a host of recycled goods. Waste processed by the Quebec City plant comes from the region's numerous construction, demolition and renovation sites, as well as municipal drop-off sites and eco-centers. The plant also receives regular deliveries from many businesses and manufacturers. Until recently, all of these materials would have ended their days in a landfill. But times change, and new uses are gradually being found for these types of waste. When trucks arrive at the plant, their contents are identified and weighed at the weighing station. A state-of-the-art computer system manages all incoming content and allows for ongoing data analysis. Vehicles are directed to one of the plant doors and unloaded in the designated area. The facilities are designed to separate not only wood, but all other materials that might be present. The plant can process up to 80 tons per hour. Let's take a closer look at how it works. To begin with, unsorted material is sent for pre-crushing before it is sorted. The crusher breaks everything up into smaller pieces. Material is then sent by conveyor to the sorting lines. At the pre-sorting stage, rejects and cardboard are removed from the material flow by hand and deposited in their respective chutes. Cardboard is then baled into a baler. On the main sorting line, materials are separated into two categories according to size. Fines under 2.5 inches are taken out and sent to another sorting line. They are then processed to make an upgradable ground material once the metal particles have been mechanically removed. Meanwhile, on the sorting line for materials over 2.5 inches, a powerful suction system removes light fractions. This material is mainly plastic, paper, and styrofoam and is collected in a bin. An innovative sink float system separates the remaining wood from the heavy fractions. The heavy fractions sink to the bottom of the water tanks, while wood pieces, chips, and fragments float on the surface. This process separates out close to 98% of wood. Heavy fractions collected at the bottom of the tanks are sent to another sorting line. One interesting feature of this system is the water treatment unit, which filters wastewater, recycles it, and returns it to the flotation system, thus saving money and reducing the environmental impact. When it leaves the flotation tanks, the wood is sent to an inspection sort line. A shredder then cuts it into 2 to 4 inch pieces. After this step, an electromagnet removes the metal particles. By this stage, the wood is 99% pure. Wood sorting ends with its separation into two types of final materials: 2 to 4 inch wood chips and smaller wood particles of less than 2 inches. The result is marketable wood with high environmental value. Now let's go back and take a look at what happens to the heavy fractions from the sink float tanks. On this sorting line, each material is removed in turn by a specific process. First, ferrous metal residues are removed using an electromagnet. A powerful magnetic field removes screws, nails, staples, and metal rods from the sorting line and sends them to a lateral chute. Asphalt shingles are removed manually by staff and sent to their corresponding chute. Non-ferrous metals such as copper and aluminum are extracted using a Foucault current, also known as an eddy current, which generates an energy field and ejects these metals from the material flow. The remaining material is made up of a combination of brick, rock, and concrete, known as mixed rock, which is also collected. All these final materials, including the wood, are reused in a range of processed products. Recovered wood chips and particles are resold and given new life in a whole variety of applications, such as fire logs for the household market, wood pellet fuel for fireplaces, particle boards, mulch, compost production additives, and industrial energy sources. Metals recovered at the plant end up on the scrap metal market and are then sold on to smelters and steelworks. Cardboard obviously finds its way onto the recycled fiber market. Mixed rock is in demand as filler at landfill sites. Recovered light fractions like plastic, paper, and styrofoam are sold as combustibles to produce cogeneration energy. Fine materials of 2.5 inches and under have a range of uses in landfills as ground cover and as additive in compost making. Gypsum from plasterboard can also be used as a compost additive. Asphalt shingles, for their part, find a second life in the process used to make road asphalt. We live in a world that is rapidly becoming aware of its own fragility. As environmental standards become increasingly severe around the globe, it is vital for us to better manage all forms of man-made waste. As interest in waste conversion and upgrading grows, it is becoming easier to develop profitable and cost-effective tools to recover and process such materials. A pioneer in its field, the Veolia Environmental Services plant stands on the cutting edge of these new environmental needs. Clearly, construction waste recovery and recycling is a smart choice that helps pave the way forward to a brighter future for all of us.